Costas when he leaves. And my show's going to be kind of similar. We have great guests, stimulating interviews. I suppose the only slight difference is that Bob would never do this.
Thanks for staying up later. Happy to have Jason Robards back for a second visit to the show. Now, the first time he was here a couple of years back, we talked about All the President's Men and Julia and Melvin and Howard and his work in The Iceman Cometh and Long Day's Journey into Night, the great O'Neill plays. So if you missed that, we're not going back over that ground. Onward we go.
Onward, yes.
Past the age of 70, and you're still as busy as can be. You're in a play called No Man's Land at the Roundabout Theater here in New York. Philadelphia just came out. You've got 2 more movies about to be released. You don't slow down.
No, I don't slow down. I feel if I do that it would be a sign that I like to keep busy. I don't want to retire or go easy. I mean, I don't get as much work as I used to. Let's face it. I mean, you can't at my age. And a lot of parts you don't get. I feel like I'm starting all over again in a way. When I was rejected for everything, I'm getting rejected again. But that's just the cycle of the business, I suppose.
Well, it sure doesn't look like it. You're in this movie about the baseball scout or something.
Yeah,
that you shot in Minnesota,
Little Big
right?
League. Yes, it's about a young boy, my grandson, who knows more about baseball than the Minnesota Twins manager, supposedly in the story. This young boy, he's about 12, and I die in the picture early on and leave the baseball team to him as owner. I'm the owner of the Twins, and he becomes the owner, not the manager. And in so doing, becoming the owner, he's able to turn the ball club around and make him a contender.
And that comes out when?
That I don't know.
But
I made that in the
sometime
summer.
This year.
Yes, sometime this year that'll come out. But I made that in the summer, and you and I made a picture together.
Yeah, right. We co-starred.
Yes, we did.
We had grueling hours
of
shooting.
You had a day, I had a day. We both had a day.
Remember those tips I gave you on blocking and timing?
Yes. Especially in front of the men's room urinal. I had to block you out. We didn't want you seen.
This is Ron Howard's movie, The Paper, which stars Jason Robards and Glenn Close, and who else is in this?
Oh, no, me. I'm Mr. Dave Dayware. I did him. We did him a favor.
Right.
You and I, you and me. But
and I insisted I wasn't going to be there unless I was in the scene with Robards.
Yes.
That was in my contract.
Bob Duvall is
right.
And,
how could I forget?
And Glenn Close, and there's some other great big people. I don't know because of the one day, and I've never seen it. Have you?
No, I haven't seen even the one little scene that we were in. But I guess that comes out sometime in May or June. But the point that it all blends into is you're working like crazy. If you're being rejected for parts, I can't see it.
No, well, there's things that one would have liked to have done.
Like what?
I wanted very much to do other people's money, but they didn't see me in that. Because I'd seen the play. I loved the play.
People see you now in Philadelphia, which is one of the biggest box office films.
Is it?
Isn't
that something? Maybe I'll get a job out of that. These films I do, nothing happens. It doesn't take in a dead rat at the box office. So I get those things, and then they say, let's not use that guy anymore. He's killing us. Maybe I'll get to...
It's destroyed your career.
Yeah.
You know?
The bigot. You mean Philadelphia? No, that'll maybe make me play a lot of bigots now. That's all they look at, you know. Black people are, and I think it was a part, it's sort of a... you know, you don't... I don't think, oh, I'm a bad guy here, and not... Jonathan Demme called me up. He said, I think I found something, if you'd like to do this script, and he sent me the script. And I wanted to be in the picture and playing any part. I thought it was important that people in a big picture get to see something about AIDS and what effect it has on people. And so I was happy to play anything. The same thing in The President's Men. I said to Pakula, I said, look, I don't care if I play stay in the office just as a copy guy or something, just to be in it. I thought it was important to be in that picture, and I feel that way about Philadelphia.
But instead, you played, of course, the editor of the Washington Post, Ben Bradley, and got an Oscar for it.
That's right. But that's right, I did in that picture. You don't go in, though, really, with a planning oh, I'm going to play a heavy and this. And in the script, he's a guy, loved this young man, had him as his best lawyer in his firm. And when he found out that he had AIDS is when it shook his foundation as much as it shook the other guy, except the other guy lost his life. But I suppose the person I played loses a lot, too, by having that kind of an attitude. But you just take scene by scene and moment by moment, and you don't say, I'm going to be mean here or anything. You just play out the scenes. And actually, the way it was written and set up, I didn't feel that he was... I mean, he represented so many people out there.
Mm-hmm.
And also, he does see, right in the end, when Tom Hanks talks about what the law means and things, Jonathan did a shot of us and one of me, in which you see an understanding begin to take place, a care, which I thought was a good thing. He banged in close on one, and it was good.
Yeah, you're sitting there behind Mary Steenburgen, who plays the attorney representing the firm, and you're seated with the other
That's right.
the other lawyers.
Now, we had a scene in there,
written
in there. They said, we're going to have a scene with you and Tom at the trial in the men's room. Well, now here's another men's room scene. These are very popular. I'm popular in the men's room scene. Well, we did the scene. And then he said, we don't need it. It's just adding too much. In the cut that came out.
Mm-hmm.
It was just adding we just had too much. We had too many things.
And you felt that look on your face communicated that there was, despite all the mistaken, bigoted attitudes, there was a humanity there.
That's right.
And raised it above just this guy representing a type.
That's right, I do feel that. And I do feel what raised it above that was his caring for him in the first place as a human being, as a good lawyer, and I'm sure as a human being.
Even the Mary Steenburgen character, who has to be icy tough.
She was tough.
When she comes after Hanks and what he represents. Yeah. At one point, she sits back down and mutters, I hate this.
Yeah, I hate this. I don't know what I'm doing this for. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's strange, but... well, that Jonathan and Ron Neiswander worked on that a long time, 3 or 4 years on that script. So I was very happy.
Is there an irony for you in the fact that you're closely associated with the works of Eugene O'Neill, the two most famous, The Iceman Cometh and Long Day's Journey into Night? There's a lot of alcohol involved in the story of the Tyrone family in Long Day's Journey.
Yes.
And your character, Hickey, in The Iceman Cometh, goes into a saloon and starts puncturing the...
And he had been one of the biggest party goers at that saloon previously.
Right. And he's puncturing the notions of everyone else, the drunks at the bar. But it's been years and years since you touched a drink.
Yes, that isn't part of my life anymore, so...
But is it ironic that you've done some of your best work
drunk?
No. Or about drunks, and you had a period of time when when you were yourself.
Yes, where I was.
And I'm glad there was laughter surrounding that, because I wasn't so sure I was going to get there, but now we've arrived. So you sobered up. Tell me about it. Damn it.
Decided to quit. Yeah. Just decided, that's it. I mean, I did it during a play of O'Neill, by the way, The Moon for the Misbegotten. I figured that the play is about a guy who killed himself with drinking and among other problems, and there was a chance during that run that if I kept drinking, I'd never make anything out of anything of my life or relationships or anything. And during the run, I said, I'm not going the way the character's going. I'm going another way. That's that.
You're critical of television. Some remarks that I've heard you make. And that's interesting because you've done some good made-for-TV stuff. I mean, FDR and that Holocaust, nuclear Holocaust thing, The Day After, and Inherit the Wind.
Inherit the Wind.
Right, a remake of that.
Yes, Sakharov, which I love doing. No, I like those special. Well, that's like the old days of television when we were doing things, I felt worthwhile. I want to get myself straight about my criticism of it. Well, I don't know. What did Minnow say? If you don't watch it, the vast wasteland you're going to have.
Minnow, the former head of the FCC.
Yeah. That came true. it's very hard. And also, don't forget, I'm a lot older. Maybe I'm not really interested in all these people getting on telling their life stories on these talk things.
Like you're doing now.
Yes, maybe I'm not interested in that. You know, you know, these marriages and Donahues, those things drive me crazy. I don't even look at them, actually. And I hate episodic, which are series. Mm-hmm. I've been offered series over and over again. I won't go near it. It's like putting a bullet in my head.
Because you want something that has a beginning, middle, and end.
I want freedom. I don't want to be signed up to these terrible and saying those words. Can you imagine? You go crazy.
The world through a European lens. And that's why they think there's so much chaos in the world, because they're looking through the European lens. If you look in Asia Pacific, it's a very different story. Everyone is totally preoccupied with developing their economies, and it looks very good in Europe, in Asia. Europe is just in very bad shape, and I think we have to shift from our old U.S., Japan, Europe triangle to a U.S., China, Japan alliance, because that's just for economic reasons, because that's what's going to happen.
You believe the Chinese economy will be the dominant economy in the world?
It will be the largest economy in the world.
We're taping this in the late afternoon, early evening. You're going to go right from here over to the Roundabout Theater to do No Man's Land.
Yes.
And you're like a crumbling man of letters, and Christopher Plummer plays this sort of disheveled would-be poet. And so far, I'm with Pinter to that point, and with you guys. But I'm not really sure, although I laughed several times and I was amused and interested, I'm not really sure what this thing is about.
Well,
are you?
No, I'm not, and I don't think Harold is. Harold does not. He was with us 3 or 4 days, Harold Pinter, and he doesn't tell you what it's about either. He said, well, that particular line could have a little despair in it, but he doesn't tell you what the play's about or where it's going. And Ralph Richardson did it originally in New York, and I saw him, and I went to dinner with him afterward, and I said, what did you think? I didn't understand what it was about. He said, well, I'll tell you. He said, I take a secret journey every night, but I'm not telling anyone what that secret journey is. So he didn't know what it was about. He never knew what it was about himself.
Well, maybe. I mean, the most obvious thing would be these guys talk at each other and past each other, and they have a certain intellectual background. They're educated men, but ultimately they're not connecting with themselves or each other.
Or with anyone.
That's why they're stuck in no man's land.
No one connects with anyone.
I'm submitting this as my paper for my class. That's the first page of the Blue Book. Where I go from here, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I mean, I feel that what it's really about is if you don't keep responsibilities to your commitments to your life in a certain way, in caring for people, you find you come up empty. And that's for my case. He comes up empty. He tries to go back to, and what he goes back to is a horror he can't face, and he comes up empty.
Is it still the top professional thrill for you to walk out on stage, as opposed to film work?
Oh, well, it is because it's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and because there's people out there, and you never know what's going to happen. I had an experience the other day where I went off. I was overworked on a lot of things, and I just shut off for... that's scary. I haven't done that since summer stock 40 years ago. But
that's the first time it's happened in that stretch? That was a Wednesday matinee.
Yeah.
This is airing on a Tuesday night going into Wednesday morning. So it was last week, the matinee, after you'd done the show the night before. So maybe you were overloaded.
And I've done some voiceover in the morning. I had some dental work done. I ran over. I wasn't, you go over there and gone. I was doing too much. Too many things.
What did it feel like for you, with so much experience under your belt and so much good work, and there you were, forgetting your lines? You went out.
Well, it just was a blank. It wasn't as if...
Did you feel panicked?
Yes. Well, I felt panicked because I can't get back on with a cue. Somebody throw a cue in. That even disturbs me more, than if I could just struggle through it. I mean, befuddles me. But then I went on that night, and it was better than it'd been in weeks.
And I saw you the next night.
Yeah, that was...
Seamless.
Yes.
No problems at all.
No, there's no... It was a question of, I think, the mind, as I'm sure the body sometimes gives up. I have to learn that I cannot do as I did when I was 35 or 40, and just keep doing things all the time, you know. I don't give myself much time. I get up at 7:30 in the morning. I get home late.
Something about that you don't want to face? That you can't do as much as you did when you were 35 or 40?
I'm sure it is. And I said to my wife this morning, I said, listen, you know, I keep pushing. She said, well, here you're going just as if you were doing that. I said, I think I should rest a little, watch my time a little more, which I don't do, really. Circuits were up. They kept saying this is no drill, and then we hear of a lot of explosions and this and that and the other thing. We didn't know what was going on. And about 45 minutes or an hour later, we walked out, and then the place was in flames, you know, everything. We didn't get hit. But the funny thing was that when I did the movie, the director, Dick Fleischer, said, come here, Jason, I want you to come up over here and watch this scene. We were at Ford Island where the Battleship Row was, which I didn't see any of that happen. They were filming that particular time. He said, I know you didn't see this. Now you can see it. He said, for what? Because he knew I was locked up in there. But it was a very strange and sort of like a removed, when you're locked up like that, it's a removed process. I mean, if you're out and you want to get out in the open and see what's happening, or be part in that way. Not sit there with the earphones on going like this. That happened a lot during the war.
But now, 25, 30 years later, when you're shooting this film, did that drag up emotions for you? Or was it just a job with an ironic connection?
A job it didn't drag up emotions about that, no. Because there were much more stronger emotions I had during the war than losing a couple of ships and swimming and all this kind of stuff. Much more... That brings up very strong emotions. About
war in general and your involvement with not that specific day.
No, because it was such a surprise. We didn't know what the hell was happening. And it was such a... And immediately go to general quarters, and nobody telling you. All we do is picking up what we can from Radio Honolulu, the schedules, and from some of the circuits around. And a lot of it was untrue. They said they were landing at Kaneohe Bay, and the other side of the island, the Japanese were, and all. That wasn't true at all. There were no transports out there. There was none of it. It was every kind of false report. We didn't know what was going on. And then the whole thing was, it wasn't, you know, like they make out in the movie. It goes on for hours. That was only about 3 flights in there, and they were out. They had to get out. You can't stay over there very long. They had to get back. Then we went on to try to find... where everybody was. We sent ships out to find. We couldn't find out where they even launched their planes from, what course they'd taken in or anything. And there was no transports or no troops. Or had there been, I think they might have been very easily been able to take it over. You know, during the peacetime, the Navy only had about 200,000 men in it, and the Army a few more. We were not a big armed force at that time.
Anderson pitches to McCauley. And the handoff to Nelson. He evades one tackle. He's a 30. Gets a block at the 40. Finally driven out of bounds at the 46-yard line. This has got to be the greatest game in the history of professional football. It may be the best.
New H40 irons from Hogan. Once you start playing them, nothing else matters.
Now remember, movie buffs, Jason Robards and I co-star in the upcoming Ron Howard film, The Paper. I know you'll want to be watching for that. If you're in New York, he's at the Roundabout Theater in No Man's Land. Tomorrow, the first of 2 shows with Martin Scorsese, our last interview on later, and then on Friday night we'll close the show out with an hour-long look back at some of the moments of the past 5.5 years. It was great to be able to get together with you on the show one last time.
I'm sorry that we're not going to keep going, but it was great what you've done.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Jason Robards, folks. See you later.
Harding also failed to reach her usual height in the double flip, another required jump. Finishing the night in 10th place, Tanya had nothing to say after her disappointing performance. Later, a poised Nancy Kerrigan took the ice. Kerrigan made a clean, graceful start, landing the triple Lutz double toe loop that had eluded Harding. The 1992 bronze medalist skated the rest of her 2-minute program confidently and with the crowd's support. Harding watched as flowers cascaded onto the ice. 7 of the 9 judges placed Nancy Kerrigan first overall.
This is hard work to get here, not just dreams won't get you here. You know, I mean, a lot more than that goes into it. But that helps.
Oksana Bayul of Ukraine is in 2nd place, and Surya Bonali of France is in 3rd, going into the final event of the most eagerly awaited figure skating contest in Olympic history on Friday night. John Dennis for CBS News, Hamar, Norway.
Nancy looked tough. Yeah, she did. I'm really surprised. I thought both skaters would have their problems, and Tanya did, but Nancy really seems to be motivated by this whole ordeal and is really focused, considering the major distractions going on. Not easy, but she still has a long way to go, and we'll find out Friday. And boy, I'd love to be a CBS ad executive these days. They could sell some great time. Speaking of executives, Jack McCloskey on the move tonight will tell you about a deal he has struck.
From New York, made in the USA, it's The Late Show with David Letterman. Tonight, stupid human tricks, singer Winona, Oscar nominee Lawrence Fishburne, and another Olympic report from Dave's mom in Norway. Plus, Paul Schaefer and the CBS Orchestra. And now, the world's greatest ice dancer, David Letterman.
Welcome to the program. Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. Thank you very much for joining us. And I guess this is not a surprise now, but I'll tell you folks here in the studio, after the first round of female figure skating competition at the Winter Olympics, leading the event, and to me this is the surprise, Michael Jordan. No, actually, as you know, I guess Nancy Kerrigan skated a wonderful program and is in first place in the first. Thank you. And Tanya Harding did not do as well, and I believe she is in 10th place, but her spirits are not down. Tanya Harding said... Now, is that the Olympic spirit? She said she's not discouraged. She said even if she doesn't win a medal this year, she's going to wait for the Winter Olympics in 1998, and then she's going to compete in pairs racketeering. So she's already...
I've been asked to pass along this warning. We have a lot of people working for CBS over there in Norway, and they want me to pass along this warning regarding Olympic souvenir merchandising. Be very, very careful if you buy some of this stuff, because there are a lot of counterfeit items on the market. For example, it is only actually an official Olympic license plate if it's been made by Jeff Gillooly while he's in prison. Then you know. Some nights it's difficult to do this show. I'm looking out at the audience, and out of the corner of my eye, I see to what I think, what I'm thinking is space aliens. It's guys with light-up hats. It's guys in the audience wearing hats that are glowing in the dark. Can we look at that? You see? Yeah, look at that. See, that's what I think. I see this and I say to myself, monsters, Martians have landed in New Jersey, and they've killed guys, and now they're here to get me. Those are wonderful. Those are very nice, and I envy you your free time. What do you do? Make some hats that glow? Hey, Dave. Or I can stay home from work for a couple of weeks. It was just odd for a couple of seconds to see them glowing things out there. Maybe you know this, maybe you don't. My mother, bless her heart, is in Norway covering the Olympics. Mom! I haven't told Mom this, but when the Olympics are finished, we're going to send her to cover the trouble in Bosnia for us. Well, of course you recognize that that's just a joke. You folks hear about these spies that were arrested? I think a guy's name is Rick, and his wife is Maria Ames, and they were working for the CIA, and for like the last 10 or 12 years, they were spying for the Russians, and before that, for the Soviets. It's unbelievable to me, and I guess officials at the CIA became suspicious when they came to work one day in glowing hats. No, I'm sorry. No. Completely distracted. They became suspicious when a couple of years ago the couple bought a new vanity license plate for their car that said, "We spy." And from that point on, they said... That was when, they knew. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Ted Kennedy's 62nd birthday. The senator from Massachusetts, Ted Kennedy. Now, hey, is that the proper birthday spirit? He celebrated the way he does every year. He made a wish, and then he blew out 62 flaming shots. Where was the woman with the red hat? Who had the red hat on we just saw there? Right there. Where are you, ma'am? All right, can you folks get together with her during a commercial and show her how to make that thing glow? Before we leave here tonight, everyone in the audience will be wearing a glowing hat. Can you feel the electricity, ladies and gentlemen? We have a wonderful program for you this evening. On the program tonight, Winona is here. You're not going to get some kind of radiation burns off that hat, are you? Lawrence Fishburne, a fine Academy Award-nominated actor. Lawrence Fishburne. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the show, Stupid Human Tricks. And as always, live via the big CBS satellite all the way from Norway, my mom. Now, kids, give it a good friend, Paul Schaefer. You know, tonight is the night a lot of people have been waiting for. If you don't care about sports, if you don't care about ice skating, if you don't care about the Olympics, tonight is still the night you've been waiting for because of this personal struggle and conflict between Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan.
Yeah.
It was the first round of women's figure skating competition, and then I guess they settled it up for the medal on Friday, and this has been very exciting. And of course, last week, Dan Jansen winning a gold medal in the 1,000 meters. You know, the Olympics kind of started a little slowly for me, and I was worried, of course, about Mom traveling all the way to Norway to do those reports.
Sure.
And then you start watching the Olympics, and then Mom comes on every night, and little by little, you get very, very excited, and it's almost kind of culminated here tonight, this big Wednesday night with the figure skating competition. And it's, I don't know, it just...
I know, it's exciting.
Yeah, it makes me want to put on a glowing hat or something.
Really
You know,
something like that.
yeah, you know, I just, oh, man, you know what, I wish we could go ice skating because, man, that would be great.
It would be great, yeah.
When better than tonight to strap on a pair of skates and just take off and do some ice skating.
Wonderful. You know what? You know what? I brought my skates with me tonight.
You brought your skates?
I do, yeah.
You're kidding me. Let me see them.
Yeah.
Do you really have them? Oh, man.
Here.
Look.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. We're going to go ice skating. We'll be right back. Here. Okay.
Yeah. Skating. I'm looking forward to this.
Lovely, isn't it? Here we go. Yes, sir.
All right.
Fun, wasn't it?
Had a lot of fun. Loved it. Had a great time.
Don't throw it. You have to promise. Don't throw it back, all right? All right. We have to pause for a commercial. We'll be right back. Don't throw it.
take a nap and then wake up from his nap.
Yeah.
And he's, the second day, you know, we're still out there. So he was very, very interesting, and he was so skillful, as we all know, with the legislatures and so forth. Then after that, I joined IBM.
You were with IBM for, what, 20-some years?
No, I left IBM after about 3 years, and I took my last IBM paycheck. I quit the company and took it and started my own business. And that's that's the legacy of what I do. That was 27 years ago.
I'm glad that you said that, because I didn't want you to, well, I didn't want you to be in corporate America for too long.
Yeah, no, just Kodak, and then after government, IBM for 3 years.
And when you started your company, where did you first start it?
In Chicago.
Chicago.
And it had to do with what's called Urban Research Corporation. And at that time, the end of the 60s, and the cities were burning, Detroit, Washington, and so forth. I thought that we ought to do some research and really find out why that was happening and how it could be prevented. And that's how I got interested in what was going on in this country, and then later what was going on in the world.
Along the way, married, had 5 youngsters.
Yeah.
Are they scattered all over the place?
They're scattered all over, and now they're having children.
They are.
I have
Grandfather.
soon to have 8 grandchildren.
And your wife's name is Patricia, and
Patricia,
very established in her own right. I mean, you've co-authored things together, but she has quite a background as well, huh?
Well, she was a journalist and an editor, and then we started to collaborate on a lot of books, and now she's writing a book solo, and I just finished this Global Paradox solo. Maybe I should have had a co-pilot. But
did the two of you meet at Kramer's?
You remember everything, Dennis. We met in a bookstore. That's right.
Kramer's bookstore.
Kramer's bookstore.
A place.
Are you worried about getting hit? I'm telling you something, that's the great thing about America. That wouldn't happen in Japan, that wouldn't happen in Norway, that wouldn't happen in Australia, that wouldn't happen in Brazil, that wouldn't happen in Costa Rica.
No.
People show up with glowing hats.
That's right.
That's what makes this country great, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a democracy.
Resourcefulness, personal ingenuity, glowing hats. What?
Trying to hit the line. One more.
Close enough. Can I see those scores again, Hal? Did you notice the scores we got, Paul?
What were the scores?
Let's see, 6-0,
Wow.
6-9, 6-0, 6-0. 5-2.
Very nice.
It's the French.
Figures.
What can you say? It's the French.
Yeah, figures.
Je ne sais quoi. Ladies and gentlemen, I have here in my... Are you really, Tony, are you worried about getting hit with a snowball? Because I saw you flinch there and kind of duck. When I was shooting for the camera some 8 feet away from you, you flinched and you ducked, didn't you? Ladies and gentlemen, I have here tonight's top 10 list. This is pathetic. The cue card man is hiding now.
Well, I don't blame him.
Oh, come on. Get a glowing hat and come out here, will you? The category tonight from the home office in Sioux City, Iowa, top 10 ways to make the Olympics more fun. I got a great way. Throw snowballs at the cue card guy. That's... You know, he quietly hates me. The category, top 10 ways to make the Olympics more fun. By gosh, I don't know how you could. These Olympics have been storybooks so far. Everything has been wonderful. Everything a story in and of itself. Top 10 ways to make the Olympics more fun. Here we go. Number 10, let biathlon competitors shoot at each other. Sure. The number 9, require ski jumpers to scream, whee, as they come down. Number 8, automatic goal if your luge hits a moose. Number 7, Bobsled must have 4 guys all named Bob. That ain't a bad idea. Thank you, boys. Folks, it's now time for a little something we call stupid human tricks. Very nice people from all over the country. They have little tricks, little stunts, little things that they do to amuse and delight. Now, remember, this is only an exhibition. This is not a competition. As always, please, no wagering. Is there a Scott Robbins with us tonight? Scott, come on out and say hello to the folks. Scott Robbins, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Scott, how are you? Nice to see you. Scott, let me ask you a question. Do you have Olympic fever?
Yes, I do.
Good for you, Scott.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Originally from Sharon, Mass. Now I live in Upton, Mass.
What do you do for a living in Upton, Massachusetts?
I'm a customer service rep in a software company.
Oh, is that good? You know, we're in the computer age now.
I know.
So you're right there in the thick of it. I predict you'll be a multi-billionaire.
I hope you're right.
Yeah. And what are you going to do for us tonight, Scott?
I'm going to pop my ears.
Hey.
I've got the equipment.
I was going to say, Scott, looked like somebody beat you to it, but I'm sorry, Scott. To make it up to you, would you like to throw a snowball at our cue card guy? All right, you're gonna pop your ears in what fashion?
I'm going to put my fingers in there, twist them, and give it a good pop. So.
All right, so this is something we'll hear happen.
You should.
Okay, do you need anything from us? A drum roll? Any kind of special lighting?
I think I'm all set.
Do you need any spotters? Anything like that?
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Robbins from Upton, Massachusetts, popping his ears. Here we go. Oh! Whoa!
Thank you.
Nice job, Scott. Very good. Take care. I'm telling you. Forget the computers. That guy can make $1 billion doing that. Here it is again in slow motion. Oh. Yes, sir. The future of this country is in good hands, isn't it? Put that kid in a glowing hat. Our next participant tonight, Kenny Schuyler. Kenny, come on out, sir, and say hello to the folks. Hi, Kenny. How are you? Nice to see you. Welcome to the show.
How you been?
Good. How have you been?
Good.
Where are you from?
New Jersey.
New Jersey, the Garden State. What part of New Jersey?
Southern Jersey by the shore.
Oh, it's nice down there?
Grove.
Beautiful countryside?
A little bit of snow, but it's all right.
You know, New Jersey, here in New York City, New Jersey is just across the Hudson.
Thank you for telling me.
Now, I notice you have a knife there of some dimension. What do you do for a living, first of all?
I'm a cook.
Oh, well, this makes perfect sense.
This is a little trick I learned behind the line.
All right. Is it dangerous?
Yeah, you shouldn't try it at home.
Okay, good, good. Keep that in mind, kids. But that other thing you can do all night. Okay, anything I can do for you? Just stand clear?
No, you're fine.
Okay, here we go. Music,
back.
drum roll, anything?
Yeah, you can give me a drum roll.
All right, a drum roll, Anton. Here we go. Kenny Schuyler, gonna do something.
Go, Kenny!
Hi, Jerry, how are you? Good to have you with us. You see that last guy with the knives?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm from New York originally, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to top it,
Yeah.
but
I think there's something wrong with him. Where are you, originally from New York, where do you live now?
Maryland.
Oh, Maryland is the oceanside state, the crab cake state. What is Maryland?
Yeah,
the pioneer state, the
seafood.
The seafood state. It's as close as we can get.
Yes.
Jerry, what do you do for a living?
I breed horses.
Oh, man, that's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a fair amount involved.
Yeah. And have you had any famous horses as a result of your breeding?
Actually, we pretty much just breed them for private owners and...
Yeah.
Nothing, no.
Yeah. Do you think this conversation could be duller? I'm not saying it's you. I don't think it's you. It's me. No, you're fine. It's me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm still trying to think, what is Maryland? It's the, you know, the getaway state or something. I don't know. The horse breeding state. All right. Jerry, what are you going to do for us tonight?
I'm going to balance these 2 bottles on my lips and drink the entire contents of the lower bottle while maintaining the balance.
Okay, and here, this is water. Do you normally do this with, like, beer or something?
I've done it on occasion. I do tend to get some notoriety in the bars for doing it.
Yeah. Well,
Me and Mickey Mantle used to hang out together.
Well, at least it's not quite so dull, but it's taken kind of an ugly... all right, Jerry, go ahead and do that for us, and I'll just be right here if you need me. Drum roll or anything?
Yeah, that would be great.
All right.
Don't make me laugh.
No.
I could drown.
I haven't been so... I haven't made anybody laugh so far tonight, Jerry. Don't worry about it. Where is he? Don't come over here. Just stay over there. I don't want to see him sneaking around over here. I'm sorry you had to see this. The last couple of drops, Jerry Rowan from Maryland in action, and, well, there you go. Nice to see you, Jerry. Thank you very much. Good job. Okay, folks, there you have it. It's Stupid Human Tricks. We have to do a commercial. We'll be back here with Winona. Come on back.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's $900 here.
Oh, all right, we're going out and partying after this. We're going to Denny's.
You know, we should... Roseanne, we should pretend like it's the 60s again. This belongs to the people, man.
Let's do.
Let's do that. Here you go. We'll throw it.
No, I wanted to.
No. You want to throw it out to the crowd?
Okay, yeah.
All right, you're going to throw it out to the crowd? We'll give it out to the crowd.
How are you, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the program. Tony now has the protective hood on so as not to get pelted by the snowballs. Yeah. What a hip guy. Our next guest is the top-selling female artist in the country. She has recently been nominated for 2 Grammy Awards, which will be presented next week, I believe, here in New York City. This is her most recent CD. It's entitled Tell Me Why. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Winona.
Earthquake. Today he offered more than $500 million in new loan guarantees. The guarantees will help local governments borrow the matching money needed to qualify for federal disaster aid. That's it for the news summary. Now it's on to the political fallout from the Russian spy story, the Bosnian Serb leader, and a conversation about feeding the hungry.
The CIA spy story is our lead story again tonight. Yesterday, it was about the shock of the charge. Aldrich Ames, a 32-year veteran CIA counterintelligence officer, stood accused of working for the other side, the Soviets and the Russians, for 9 years. Today, the story moved to the fallout and to questions about how it might or should affect U.S. relations with Russia. It is an issue President Clinton addressed this afternoon at the White House.
I have known about this particular case for some time. I have continued to pursue our policies toward Russia because Russia, like other countries, is not a monolith. It is not a single force. It is many forces and many developments occurring at once. I still believe it is in the interest of the United States to support democracy, to support the movement toward economic reform, to support the absence of weapons proliferation, to support the denuclearization of Russia. And therefore, I think we should be careful before we make specific determinations about aid flows. A lot of our aid flows, for example, are directly to individuals who are trying to privatize their businesses, having nothing to do with government or government policies. Most of our government aid is in the form of aid to take down the nuclear weapons, and I don't think anyone thinks we should slow that up.
Couple of clowns.
You okay?
Are you?
Feel free to manhandle the guests
You really
whenever
did
you
that.
like. She'll never come to NBC now.
Well, I saw that photo, you know. I just lost control.
Oh, boy. Now, you guys do some pretty incredible things with your body. How do you... I ask how you do it, but I don't think I can figure out how you do it.
Oh, first we have to try to talk after all the physical. How do we do it? Well,
It's a craft. You try to look
shape your body differently.
Yeah.
Does different things. I went to college.
Oh, well, that will explain. And I guess your parents are pretty proud. That wasn't money wasted, huh? Oh, no, it's
It was
really
a clown.
Now,
But I want to emphasize we are not signed with any network.
Oh, really?
If,
You know, I think I understand the problem.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys think this is harder than verbal comedy, physical comedy? It seems like it probably...
Wouldn't want to do what you do, but you might not want to do. You're nuts.
No, but it's I mean, that's to me to be exhausted is. I mean, if you're doing stand-up, and you break into a sweat, you're in a lot of trouble. If you guys break into a sweat, you're killing. You're doing great.
Well, also what you guys do is like it's so international. You don't need words to.
Right.
Well, that's the fun I think that's fun.
That's the fun of it. So where'd you guys meet? I mean, did you? I know you're from Oklahoma originally, right?
Grew up there.
And you're from my hometown in Boston. Dorchester, yeah. So so where did you get together? Was it the show?
Movie, actually. Movie, The Deserts of New Mexico. Yeah. Sam Shepard wrote and directed his own script, and we spent a long time sitting there with the Red Clay Ramblers, actually, talking about the show we would do when we got to New York.
Oh, I see.
You know, between scenes, we'd have nothing to do, and we just started improvising with the band, and it turned into a great collaboration. We're having a lot of fun, and it just became the show.
Well, it's a great show, and it's very funny stuff. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks a lot.
David Chowner, Bill Irwin, thanks.
Thank you.
Roseanne, thanks for being a good sport. Be right back with Stephen Weber right after this.
There's a request before the Banking Committee, and at this point in Judiciary Committee, it hasn't been granted. I suspect we ought to take a better look at that.
I mean, you think that they could have found these transactions? You mean with the Swiss bank accounts of Angel?
Well, I think when you have compiled $455,000 worth of charges on a credit card in a relatively short period of time, that might catch your attention along.
I like that Winona.
I like her too.
She's good. She said you guys were great. She loved you guys.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, terrific. Very nice. Great talent. Thank you very much, ma'am. I love you. Later in the show, Academy Award nominated actor Lawrence Fishburne will be on the program. From the motion picture, What's Love Got to Do With It? Tomorrow on the show, it's another great one. Linda Ronstadt will be here, and Don Imus from WFAN will be on the show. Don Imus tomorrow on the show. Well, he'll be sorry he missed you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. Get ready all the way from Norway, live via the giant CBS satellite. Say hello to my mom. Here she is.
Hi, David.
Where are you right now?
We're outside the Viking ship ice rink.
Is that where the big ice skating competition was held tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, then we understand that Nancy Kerrigan is #1 after the first round, and Tanya Harding is like 10th or something, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. And how did you do, Mom?
I watched, David.
Oh, okay. Was it exciting? Was it thrilling? Did you enjoy it?
It was very thrilling.
Yeah.
Nancy just skated exquisitely.
Yeah, well, we had people here with light-up hats. Guess who else was on the show, Mom?
Who?
Winona!
Winona.
Mom, are you still having a good time, or are you getting a little tired of being over there?
No, it's still wonderful here, David.
Yeah. Well, you know we can't bring you home. We're looking at maybe Labor Day, Mom.
No.
You did something very exciting today. What did you do?
Cross-country skiing.
All right, and we have some videotape of your first ever attempt at cross-country skiing. Here we go. Take a look at this. My mom on cross-country skis.
I'm going to try cross-country skiing this morning. So I'm outfitted now, right?
Yeah.
before we start putting the skis on, we're gonna put some ski wax on the skis.
Right. While you're waxing the skis, I'll put some chapstick on.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah. Look there. Do you see the moose over there?
Beautiful. You mind if I try on your goggles?
Hey, Dorothy, look, over there.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for the lesson.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Can somebody bring the van around? For double lesson. Charge it to David Letterman.
Mom. Was that a lot of fun, Mom? Did you enjoy that?
Yes, I did.
Now tomorrow I'd like to see you put chapstick on a moose. I understand,
No
Mom,
way.
you have a visitor there for us tonight?
Yes, I have somebody here from the United States,
All right,
and
let's
he's
take
here
a
with
look.
me now.
All right, put
All
him on.
right.
Let's see who this is. Oh, my. Thank you very much, Mom. We'll see you tomorrow night. Nice job. There you go. Oh, Mom doesn't know it yet, but the fun is just beginning. We have to do a commercial. We'll be right back with Lawrence Fishburne. Come on back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time. We've been ordered off the air. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for
Worldwide Pants.
For 6 and a 10.